Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm here to give you my thoughts on the upcoming game between Blackburn and Luton. My score prediction for this one is going to be a 0-0, and I've done that the last couple of games, but truthfully I do think this can be a 0-0 scoreline. Let me know down in the comment section of the video what your score predictions are. Let me know how you're feeling as well. Drop a like while you're down there, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. So, what do I make of Blackburn? Well, they are, at the moment, the most informed side in the Championship. After impressive wins against Leeds, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday, got a win against Cardiff, Hull, Blackburn are in a very good position in those playoff positions. And they are, for me, one of the biggest surprises of this season. I did not expect Blackburn to be anywhere near where they currently are. In fact, I predicted Blackburn to be in the bottom 5. Because of what happened off the pitch before the season started, the slow recruitment in the summer. But to be fair, they've done everything right. The way they are playing at the moment reminds me of the Luton team that won promotion out of the Championship. Away from home, they're getting surprise wins. They're very disciplined out of possession. They are an aggressive side. They make the most of their opportunities. They're very clinical in front of goal. And it just reminds me of what the Luton team was when we won promotion out of the Championship. And you have to just say fair play to the Blackburn boss, who, you know, when he first arrived at Blackburn, he didn't set the world alight, especially after an impressive start at Birmingham when he was wrongly sacked. He's gone to Blackburn, didn't start well, but now he's had a full summer of preparation. He's showing what he really can do, and on a really tight budget. You know, I feel like the way Blackburn have been run over the last couple of years, it's not the greatest from a side that used to be a Premier League team. They haven't really recovered from that, and it feels like that's the way Luton are going. Fingers crossed we don't. But Blackburn, it's a tight ship. It really is. It's really tight. There's lots of restrictions, but at this moment in time, things are going extremely well, and they are one of the best, counter-attacking sides in the division. And for me, they do exactly what Stoke do, and Stoke are very poor, but they just do it 10 times better. They are clinical when they take full advantage when they go on counter-attacks. They do expose spaces which you leave behind. They're not a team that wants the ball. You know, in fact, when you look at their possession stats, they're very similar to us. They're not the greatest with the ball. And that might be an advantage for Luton. Because when you look at the teams which Blackburn have played against teams that are not good on the ball, your Prestons, your West Broms, your Stokes, they've found it extremely difficult to break those teams down. But when I look at Preston and I look at West Brom, the reason why I think they struggle to break those two teams down in particular is Preston and also West Brom, they were disciplined without the ball. And that's what Luton have got to be. We've got to be disciplined. We've got to know where we need to be positioned. We can't be leaving gaps in behind. We need to be careful when we push forward. And I just feel like when you're playing this back 5 system, which we do, we are going to leave that space in behind, which Blackburn can easily exploit. But I only feel like they're going to exploit it if, 1, they move the ball quickly, and 2, if Luton give the ball away cheaply. That's the only way. I don't really see Blackburn properly breaking Luton down. I feel like they're just going to wait and pounce for us to make a mistake, because they've proven in the past they struggle with it. But they've also proven in the past, especially being the home side, that they can score goals, they can grind out results, and once they get ahead, they are one of the best teams in this division at protecting the lead. And why? Because they are disciplined out of possession, they're aggressive, and they all put their body on the line to grind out a result. So the one thing which Luton need to make sure we don't do is go 1-0 down. At any point during the game, just don't allow Blackburn to go ahead in a match, because they are one of the best sides at being able to grind it out. The best thing for Luton in this game will have to be to score early, and that could do us a massive favour, because that will mean Blackburn will have to break us down. And if we've already got our goal, then we don't really need to push forward. We don't really need to leave space in behind. And my biggest concern is, if we are going to play a back five, is with the wing back situation with Chong and also Moses, that space. Because Chong and Moses, look, let's be honest, they're not natural wing backs. I know Moses used to be a wing back at Chelsea, but he's playing on the left hand side. Chong's playing on the right hand side. They're just not natural, and I thought it impacted the balance against Stoke. But I'm worried more that Blackburn are going to exploit it. When you've got players like Tyrese Dolan and Cantwell as well. Cantwell on his day can be so unpredictable. He's proven at the Championship that he can do it. He's proven in the Premier League he can do it. It just depends which Cantwell turns up. If you've got a Cantwell who's actually up for it, we're in trouble. But if we don't, we might have an easy day. But Tyrese Dolan, a nippy right winger who can cause us all sorts of problems, that's something which I'm a bit worried about. Because Moses, yeah, okay, he did alright against Stoke. I don't think he was amazing. He did alright. But the right winger of Stoke did beat him a few times. He got the better of him. And that's my biggest concern, is if Blackburn use their wide players to their full advantage, they will easily exploit us down the wings. But anyway, that's Blackburn for you in a nutshell. Informed side in the league. In terms of what's been announced in the press conference today from Luton, we do have a midfielder back. Walsh, he's back. And I feel like in this game we are going to have to keep the possession. We are going to have to keep the ball well. I'm not expecting to be the best side in this game at keeping the ball. But when we have that couple minute spells in a game where we need to keep it and don't just give it to Blackburn cheaply, we need to be able to, progress up the pitch and use our strikers. I do think we need to just bypass the midfield, and Morris and Elijah, I don't see them being dropped because they both scored in the last game against Stoke, and be close to our strikers so when they win in their battles in the air, we can link the play up and progress up the pitch that way. If I'm being honest with you, I can see Luton scoring again from a set piece, because that's one of our biggest strengths. We just know how to get a goal from a set piece, whether it's Alfie taking who's our known set piece taker, or Klopp, who's been doing it recently. We still managed to find a way of scoring. But I can honestly see this game being a game where Blackburn struggle to break us down and Luton just don't look decent going forward. And I feel like right now we just need to try and get some points on the board. We just need to try and find a way of getting a point away from home. And I guess I would take a point away from home. A 0-0 point away from home against Blackburn I would probably take. Some people will not take that. Some people feel like we need to be winning it. I agree. But right now I feel like we just need to be making some small steps and just keep going, keep trying. Of course, it's even more difficult when you've got no other defender back. We've got a makeshift back line. Doesn't help the situation. I don't think we've got ball-playing midfielders. Despite Walsh being back, I can't see him starting. I can see him coming on as a sub. I'm struggling to find a plan B with this Luton team, if I'm being honest with you. And the only way I see us winning is by getting set pieces and putting the ball into the box to Elijah and also to Morris, who can attack the crosses. From what I've seen as well with Blackburn, they will give away opportunities. So there is an opportunity for us to take advantage of that. But we've got to be clinical. We might not get many, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get a couple, you just got to be clinical in front of goal at the right time. But saying that, their goalkeeper, Blackburn, Pears, has been, I would say, their best player. The amount of key saves he's made throughout the season, he's up there. It's really frustrating because the last couple of games we've played against really good goalkeepers and we're up against another really good goalkeeper. So, look, we've got to find a way and grind out a result. Christmas period is coming as well. Games come at us quick and fast. Derby, who are a very similar side to what we are up next after Blackburn. So that's going to be interesting. So we need to figure out how we can form a plan B. And the likes of, I feel like the game will be won by wing-backs situation. If Chong and Moses have a good game, they're disciplined out of possession and they're aggressive with the ball, I feel like we've got a chance. But if those two don't have a good game, I think we're in trouble, in my opinion. But then we need the midfield to help us. I would actually make one change. I would actually take off Brown. Brown would be my change, and I would play Nakamba. I think a midfield three of Clark, Krause and Nakamba would work in this game, because Nakamba, hopefully, my thought process is, will win interceptions, will win the ball back quite often. That would be his job, and hopefully help us keep the ball a little bit better, rather than Brown playing, because I think that's a little bit too attacking with Brown, Elijah and Morris. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think down below. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that, and I'll see you guys in the match reaction after the game against Blackburn.